Now the kicker, Brandon McManus, about ready to get us started. And off we go from Lambeau. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. So here comes the Raiders offense now onto the field. And they're led out by their mobile quarterback out of West Virginia. It's Geno Smith.
I still remember back in 2013 when he was drafted out of West Virginia. He was coming off of back-to-back 4,000-yard seasons for the Mountaineers. Hadn't seen as much game time in recent years, but at one point, a capable starter in the NFL.
Smith going to go to the air first play. He finds his rookie wideout from Tennessee. A good position to be in here, 2nd and inches. Now a play fake, and it's Smith. And that's going to be incomplete.
And that might have been a situation where even though you don't hit on the deep throw, you at least put in the defender's minds early in the game that we're going to press the ball deep against your secondary. And that can have a ripple effect on how they function throughout.
Here's Smith. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. Call it a gain of 5 as they move the sticks. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
Smith throwing again. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Smith, an incomplete pass on 1st down. Now it's 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Geno. That's to the Notre Dame man, Michael Mayer. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards.
And this offense has come out swinging here in the early going. They pick up a nice chunk on that pitch and catch. And the two of them have this offense moving in the right direction to start this game.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. They'll run for the first time with Ashton Jeanty. And able to work his way down to the 16. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
Geno now to throw. That's complete. It's Ashton Jeanty. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. That's good for a 1st down. His 2nd catch of the opening drive.
A lot of precision being shown on this opening drive. They've been methodical. They've been crisp. And as a reward, they're going to be set up with an early 1st and goal.
First and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. Jeanty will cross the line. He's in. Touchdown, Raiders.
Sometimes offenses can get too cute down near the goal line, but there's nothing fancy about this one. As Coach Lombardi would say, we get a seal here, and we get a seal here, and we run this play in the alley. And that's good work to hit the hole hard and finish in the end zone.
The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And this will wind up way short of the landing zone, so that's going to move the ball all the way up to the 40-yard line.
Automatic first down.
Ready?
Love going to break the huddle, lead the Packers up here 1st and 10 at the 40.
Ready?
On play action, they'll throw. That's to the tight end, Musgrave. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Ready?
Play action this time with Love. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
I think the defense surprised him there with that blitz on 1st down, but give him credit. Stayed cool under pressure and still found a way through the extra rushers for positive yardage. Well done.
2nd and 9.
Here we ready.
To throw now. Here's Love. A short throw to Musgrave. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 36. Give him 11 yards and time and a new set of downs. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
The 36-yard line.
40. Hut, hut.
Love. Now he's going to step up and run. Pass caught. It's Romeo Doubs. And they move this all the way down to the 9. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they can be set up with a 1st and goal.
Ready? Hut, hut.
Love looking to throw it. He's got Watson. It's caught. Touchdown, Packers. 8 yards on the touchdown pass. And the Packers respond to that opening drive touchdown with one of their own. Extra point from McManus is good. And we are tied at 7. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it was all capped off by a touchdown catch from Christian Watson. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And able to get this out to the 25. Second drive of the game coming up for this Las Vegas offense. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. Smith. Looking for Lockett, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Quay Walker.
Okay, partner, no surprise to you. I'm going to look at this from the defensive perspective. In the rain, you have to be more cautious trying to cover passing routes. Why? The offense knows where they're going with the football. The receiver knows the route he's going to run. You have to make sure you keep your footing underneath you.
He's got the hook up with Dobbs. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. It's a gain of 16 and a 1st down for the green and gold. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. A wild throw there, and it is intercepted. Jeremy Chin picks it off. And the Raiders are going to get possession of the football as time will run out on this first quarter of play. (7-7) our score after 1. The Raiders with the football here to begin quarter number 2 as they get set to start their drive with a 1st and 10. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you...
He's got a man, complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 36 yards on the play. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
First down, Raiders.
Play action. It's Smith. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And they will finally stop him as he's down to the 40-yard line. Well, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
And he takes us just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain.
First and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Let's go.
Love, they go play action now. Got Dobbs over the middle. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. That's another gain of 15 on back-to-back plays.
First down. First and goal at the 9-yard line.
Here we go. Here we go. Ready?
On play action. Love to throw. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Malcolm Kuntz. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. And they're not going to get this one off in time. It'll be a delay.
Delay of game, offense.
'43 rail. Come on, set. Blue 32. Ready.
Off the play fake, Love. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make third down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big third down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
Ready.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Max Crosby blowing up the play and getting the sack. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7. A field goal would break the tie, but look at this. Instead, they're going to go for it on 4th and goal.
Ready. Hut, hut.
Play fake. Here's Love. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They can't hook up here on the 4th down pass attempt, and that will force a turnover on downs. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Open man down the field. It's Bowers. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. A big gainer there on the catch and run. 37 yards. Now Gino. Oh, it's out. Smith lost it. And the Packers pick it up. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line. The pocket collapsed around him. I know we talk about it a lot, but a QB has to have that sixth sense, doesn't he?
He really does, and I know of one team at one point was training their quarterback with that time frame, and anytime he didn't get rid of the ball within the right amount of time, they would blow a horn or blow a whistle to show him this is what that time is, just what you're talking about, training him to understand this is the amount you have, make sure the ball's gone. Didn't happen in this case. They asked him to take charge and get them to a spot where they could at least attempt to kick before the half, and he does just that. Didn't trust what he saw downfield, so he took it upon himself to get them into field goal range using his legs. That's coming through with a play they needed in a big spot.
And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. A very solid gain of 27.
First down. First and goal at the 8-yard line.
Set. Black 40. Hut, hut.
Now Love. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late. They're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
All right, Captain. It's batten down the hatches time defensively. Dodged 2 pass attempts to the end zone. Now what do you think they're going to try and dial up on 3rd and goal?
Well, knowing them and knowing what we've just seen, I think they're throwing it again, don't you?
I think you have to. I think in this situation.
Touchdown! Luke Musgrave, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Packers will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half.
And that touchdown gives them a touchdown lead before they attempt the extra point. What a great way to end the half.
Great job to put themselves in front. And now you see on the sideline, special teams defense scrambling, saying we want to preserve this for the final moments of this second quarter. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Raider offense going to head out now late in this first half. And with just under a minute to go, they might try to think about mounting a drive here if they can and get in the end zone. Could potentially tie this game up. Back to throw, Smith. And this one is incomplete.
This is a half of not just the coverage, but the entire defense is setting the tone in this game.
Smith, an incomplete pass on first down. Now it's 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. And incomplete on the deep ball.
And they're not going to go quietly into this halftime break. They know they're in for a fight, so they're trying to make every possession count. They took the big shot there, but it winds up incomplete.
Looking deep downfield. And that's caught inside the 30. And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line. A big play there just before halftime. 42 yards.
That's a well-thrown ball right there. This is where arm strength pays off because he's got to be able to get the ball both downfield and to the sideline. And that's one of the more difficult throws for a quarterback, and he put it right where it needed to be.
And this is incomplete. Oh, he had 6 points right in his hands, but could not hang on. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
2nd and 10. They'll fake the handoff. Now Smith. This is caught. Tucker. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Brock Bowers in the final seconds of the first half. And the Raiders have a chance to tie the game here in the final seconds of the half.
I don't think it's any state secret to know what they were saying before the start of this drive. Let's go and punch one in the end zone and go into the halftime feeling a heck of a lot better about ourselves. Let's go get this done.
Yeah, tie things up, and then you got a brand new ball game.
Roughing the kicker. Defense.
Well, that flag puts them on their heels a little bit more defensively as the officials walk it upfield.
Yeah, and they can blame the officials all they want, but bottom line, it's their own fault because, to me, that was an avoidable call. Stay focused and avoid major mistakes like that.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. So the late touchdown ties things as they will kick this one away in the final stages of the half. And that one not returnable, not by a long stretch, over the back line of the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 35-yard line. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And they'll have time for one play. There's 2 seconds on the clock. And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3 alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. Oh, a good return up past the 30. Past midfield. And he'll return this one all the way onto the other side of the field.
I'm actually surprised more games aren't tied because the messages in both locker rooms are essentially the same, and it starts with both trying to get a quick start. But one team actually did, but the defensive guys, they can take it right back because this game has been a tug of war all the way through.
On the ground, Jacobs will get the third quarter started. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized.
Here we go.
To pass, here's Jordan Love. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down.
And 8 yards to go.
This has certainly been a physical game so far. Limited scoring opportunities for both sides. And there's another chance that goes unfulfilled.
He'll try and do this himself. Here's a ball deep from Musgrave. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing fourth down.
Ready.
Love to throw for it on fourth. Oh, the turnover fest continues. Here's another interception. Lonnie Johnson picks it. And the Raiders are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. So an opening drive interception to begin this second half.
And just think about the time you spent in the locker room going over what you're expected to do in the second half. Not the way they saw it, not the way they drew it up. You find out this is something that you can't just edit, right? There's no rewrite here. This is live, and now they've got to find a way out of this hole.
After the interception, here's Smith. Taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down.
That's a nice throw there. He's obviously feeling pretty good because, remember, he had a touchdown pass on the last drive, and here he comes out throwing again, and they wind up getting good yardage and a first down right out of the gate.
Here's Smith. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. They're going to go with a tight end here on the running play. And only able to get two here, stopped at the 30.
Pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
2nd and 7. Throwing now is Geno. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Where 22 is the line to gain here on third down. Geno now to throw. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. He's going to have the first down and then some. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Ashton Jeanty. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Raiders have moved out in front. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead is now 21-14. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Now trotting out there, the Packers getting ready to go. They'll look for a drive to tie this up, down 21-14 as they have it 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together.
Down. Ready.
Here's Love. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. Completed out left to Dobbs. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards.
And this is one of the toughest parts about being a defensive back. When a play breaks down like this, you're taught to plaster to a receiver. Find the nearest one and adhere yourself to him. But you can only stay with the receiver so long if the play continues to develop. He knows where he's going. You do not.
Wide open receiver complete. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. Great gains back-to-back. Last time over 30 yards, better than 20 here.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Love now. Now he'll tuck this and run. And it'll be intercepted. Lonnie Johnson picks it. Now here's Johnson. And the Raiders are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line. I know it appeared he was saying, hey, give me the football, I'm open, but I don't know if that's a pass that he should have thrown there.
Well, I don't think we've ever met a wide receiver that doesn't think he is open or is about to be open.
True.
So when you throw your hand up in the air and tell your quarterback, hey, I'm available, he's trusting that you are. In this case, he was not, and it turned into disaster for them.
And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
They'll get the tight end Bowers involved there. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now Smith. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. And the Packers are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
Open man is Musgrave, the tight end. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 39. 23 yards the pickup there. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Lonnie Johnson picks it. And the Raiders are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. Another important 4th quarter series coming up. That last INT helping to maintain their slim advantage. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
But they didn't ease into that drive right out of the turnover. They go for the big shot downfield and hit it. A lot of teams have that opportunity, but not every coach is going to green light that type of a play call. I love their aggressiveness.
Smith. Pass complete right side to Bowers. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Brock Bowers, his second touchdown of the night. And the Raiders have opened up a 2-touchdown lead here in this fourth quarter. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead now up to 14. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Green Bay offense ready to take over.
Ready?
And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership.
Set. Ready.
Throwing. Love. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And he'll be hit as he releases it. And now fall incomplete.
Ready.
Well, the elements, the crowd, the situation. This is NFL football at its best. Here's third down. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. And they're going to be set up in the red zone right around the 17-yard line. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his second interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go. Play clock down to 0. And this is not the way to start a drive. Smith. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.